You've likely seen them pop up in your feed. Those intriguing, almost too good to be true YouTube promises. Make $500, $1,000 a day with Pinterest and AI. It's a curious blend, isn't it? A flicker of hope, immediately tempered by, well, a healthy dose of skepticism.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're going to try and cut through that noise. We're diving into a detailed blueprint, one that promises a more realistic path to building a sustainable online business. We're calling it the AI-powered vending machine, a realistic blueprint for building a $2,400 a month Pinterest business. It's really about transforming that skepticism into, a concrete strategy.
And our mission today is to unpack exactly how AI can automate a genuine content machine, separating those who chase quick wins from those who build something, well, substantial.
Exactly. So first, we'll explore the absolute crucial step of choosing the best location for your digital vending machine. Then we'll get into how AI transforms you into an automated snack factory for content. Next up, we'll talk about some clever free tools for what we're calling magic packaging. And finally, we'll dive into the real numbers and a concrete action plan. Forget the hype. We're talking real, actionable strategies here.
Okay, let's unpack this vending machine business analogy for making money on Pinterest. It's actually a pretty powerful way to think about online entrepreneurship.
It truly is. The common pitfall and why most people fail is they approach it all backward. They get a vending machine right, their Pinterest account, and then just fill it with random snacks. Pretty pictures, generic quotes, whatever. But crucially, they place that machine in a deserted alleyway, a niche where there are no actual buyers, no one really looking for those specific snacks. And then, quite understandably, they wonder why money isn't flowing in. They end up blaming the machine.
That's such a stark contrast to the professionals, isn't it? The ones who build, genuine, profitable vending machine empires. They seem to operate with a completely different mindset.
Oh, absolutely. They're meticulous location scouts and strategic product managers first. They find a bustling location teeming with hungry customers that's your profitable niche. They meticulously research and figure out what those customers are actually craving, proven products that already have demand. Only then do they install their stock machine. That approach brings predictable, scalable revenue. What's fascinating now is how modern AI tools make it possible for pretty much anyone to build and stock their own fleet of these digital vending machines, running almost on autopilot through a clever content strategy.
So for our digital vending machine, thinking about the strategic approach, what's the very first, most critical step we need to take?
It all starts with choosing the right location, your profitable niche. That's job number one.
Right. The blueprint's first principle, the one it emphasizes as location, 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 seems absolutely foundational. It's like trying to sell, gourmet protein bars in a primary school, or maybe candy at a high-end gym. Context really is everything.
Precisely. Your digital location is your niche. The fatal error, as you rightly point out, is creating content simply because you find it interesting. That's basically like putting a perfectly stocked vending machine in your own living room. No traffic, no sales. It's just not going to work. That's why we start by scouting what we call the high-traffic neighborhoods of human desire. You want to pick a neighborhood where people are already gathered and, crucially, are willing to spend money to solve problems or fulfill desires. These are often called the three evergreen markets: health, wealth, and relationships. People consistently seek ways to feel better, look better, live longer. They'll always want to make more money or manage their finances better. And they consistently look for help finding love or improving family connections. By consciously starting within one of these massive markets, you dramatically increase your chances of success. You're tapping into pre-existing, powerful demand.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting for me. Once you've identified your neighborhood, your niche, you don't just guess what snacks to put in your machine. The blueprint stresses stocking your machine by reverse engineering success. How does that actually work?
Yeah, you absolutely do not rely on desk work or intuition alone. Nope. Instead, you go to, or essentially the world's largest digital product wholesalers. These are affiliate networks like ClickBank, ShareASale, or Digistore24. These aren't just marketplaces, they're data gold mines. Seriously. They show you which products are already selling successfully right now. Often they show this with metrics like a gravity score or maybe conversion rates. Think of a gravity score as a real-time popularity contest. It tells you how many other affiliates are successfully selling that product. That's a powerful signal of strong market demand and likely good conversions. This is your market research, basically served on a silver platter. It eliminates the biggest entrepreneurial pitfall, building something nobody wants to buy.
Can you walk us through a quick example of how someone would actually do this, like step by step?
Certainly. Okay, imagine you log into Digistore.24, right? And you browse the home and garden category. You sort by popularity or maybe by earnings per click. And you notice a product called Medicinal Garden Kit is a top performer. It has a high gravity score. So within just a few minutes, you've established your two most important pillars. Your niche is now clearly defined. Home and medicinal gardening for beginners. Check.
Yep.
And your core product is the successful Digistore.24 Medicinal Garden Kit, which pays you a commission for every sale you refer. Check. Your entire content strategy immediately becomes clear. Pinterest acts as your vending machine for these aspiring gardeners. You're offering free, helpful snacks, those engaging tips and pins that naturally lead people towards the main course, which is the kit itself. You are no longer guessing. You are serving a proven, passionate demand.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Once we have that crucial understanding of our niche and a proven product, the next challenge becomes the sheer volume of content needed. How do we produce all of this efficiently?
Right. That's where we build an automated snack factory using AI models.
So the next stage is constructing what the blueprint calls your automated snack factory, your AI-powered content engine. Because, let's be honest, manually cranking out hundreds of Pinterest pins sounds slow and, frankly, kind of soul-crushing. The blueprint breaks this factory down into two key components: a recipe book for the ideas, and then an assembly line to create the content in bulk.
Exactly. The recipe book is powered by something like ChatGPT. Its main purpose is generating the recipes for your snacks, all those engaging tips, tricks, and topic ideas. You just give it a straightforward prompt, something like, generate a list of 100 common questions, beginner tips, and interesting facts about medicinal garden kits. Within seconds, you have a comprehensive list, fuel for months of content. Ideas like, what exactly is a medicinal garden kit? Or maybe, are there any poisonous lookalikes I should be aware of? And 98 more just like that. This is your intellectual raw material.
And then we move to the factory itself, which the blueprint recommends powering with Claude 4. This is where Claude 4 becomes your production powerhouse, the engine of your assembly line, so to speak. You take that list of 100 tips you just got from ChatGPT and feed it into Claude 4. You might prompt it to say, act as a graphic designer and copywriter. Generate text for 100 individual, visually distinct Pinterest pins. Each pin needs a catchy, short headline, a concise one-sentence tip, and maybe a pro tip or did you know fact.
You hit generate, and the AI factory starts humming. In just a few minutes, it produces a structured text document, all the content for 100 unique pins. But the real magic happens when you feed this structured text directly into a design tool like Canva using its bulk create feature. This lets you instantly generate all 100 visual pins from a single template you've set up. This is the power of scaling with AI. You're not designing one pin at a time. You've set up a factory that produced the raw materials for 100 pins in a single automated batch. 2-sec silence. Whoa. I mean, imagine scaling that concept to 1 billion queries. The sheer output capability is just staggering.
Okay, so we've got the raw text for 100 pins, beautifully generated by our AI factory. But how do we quickly turn that text into beautiful branded images ready for a digital vending machine? That sounds like a lot of manual work still.
That's where we leverage some clever, often free tools for automated packaging and delivery.
Right. Our AI factory has produced this giant list of text content for all those pins. That's a huge step, obviously. But our vending machine needs beautiful, individually wrapped snack bars, those polished Pinterest pins. Manually designing, branding, and exporting 100 images would take, well, hours, maybe days. This is where the blueprint introduces a stack of clever free tools to create what it calls a magic packaging and delivery service.
Yeah, this is where the automated slicer and wrapper, awfully just a simple PDF to JPEG converter, really shines. It sounds basic, but it's a brilliant hack with a hidden superpower. So first, you design a multi-page PDF, let's say 100 pages in your design tool using your AI-generated text. Then you upload this 100-page PDF along with a small transparent PNG file of your website URL or logo to a free online converter. There are loads of good ones out there for this kind of bulk process. The tool then does two remarkable things at once. It slices your 100-page PDF into 100 separate, perfectly formatted JPEG images, and it automatically stamps your branding onto a specific corner of every single one. In about 2 minutes, seriously, you'll download a zip file containing 100 Pinterest-ready, perfectly branded pins. This single step truly saves you an entire day of tedious manual work. It's the absolute definition of working smarter, not harder.
And there's also an interesting insight tool mentioned, which the blueprint kind of cheekily refers to as a corporate espionage tool, the URL title extractor. What's its purpose in this system?
Its purpose is basically to ensure your content ideas are always relevant, always hitting the mark with your audience. Using a tool like Firecrawl, for instance, you just paste the URL of a successful blog or website in your niche. The tool then scrapes that site and lists its most popular article titles. For our medicinal garden kits example, you could prompt it to find top blogs about medicinal gardening and just pull all their article titles. This gives you a direct, transparent look into the menu of your most successful competitors. You see exactly what topics are already resonating with their audience. It provides an endless source of proven ideas to feed back into your AI content factory. Combining a powerful AI like Claude 4 with these clever, often free utilities creates a content production system that is both incredibly powerful and, frankly, astonishingly efficient.
Okay, so now we have our beautifully packaged content ready to go. What kinds of snacks should we prioritize putting in our vending machine for maximum profit? Is all content created equal?
Definitely not. We focus on high-profit problem-solving content, balanced carefully with branding snacks. Mid-roll sponsor read.
Right, like a smart vending machine owner constantly adjusts their inventory based on what's selling best. On Pinterest, it sounds similar. Some content drives significantly more clicks and sales than others.
Exactly right. We categorize these as high-profit snacks, which are your high-engagement content types. These are the items people are actively searching for, usually solutions to specific problems. They have a very high chance of conversion. Think about things like DIY and how-to guides, maybe 5 steps to effectively use your new medicinal garden kit, or comprehensive tutorials like how do I know if my medicinal plants are getting enough light? Practical stuff. Your content strategy should really be heavily weighted towards these high-profit items as they directly address needs and lead people towards considering your affiliate product. You're giving immediate value that solves a direct problem they have.
And then you mentioned branding snacks, the medium engagement content. These might not lead to a direct sale immediately, but they sound crucial for building brand awareness and attracting a broader audience. They sort of get your vending machine noticed in a crowded marketplace.
Precisely. Couldn't have said it better. These include things like inspirational quotes, which are incredibly easy to produce with AI and are highly shareable, or maybe informational graphics that quickly establish your authority in the niche. A really clever strategy here, which the blueprint highlights, is using AI, like Claude, to generate maybe 50 relevant quotes from famous gardeners or herbalists. Turn those into individual, nicely designed pins. Boom, you've got months of fresh content. It naturally draws people in, builds trust, and makes them want more insights from your brand. It's about building that connection, that familiarity.
This AI-generated branded content sounds incredibly versatile. Can we actually use it beyond just Pinterest? Or is it kind of stuck there?
Oh, absolutely. This content becomes the foundational asset for a potential multi-platform empire.
Ah, interesting. So a truly savvy business owner doesn't just stop at one vending machine. They build an empire, right? The hundreds of individually branded images and all that AI-generated text you've created aren't just for Pinterest. They become the core assets of your entire digital content empire.
That's the beauty of it. You can repurpose this content almost endlessly. Take those same slide designs you made for Pinterest, use them for Facebook posts, or turn them into engaging Instagram carousel posts. Easy. Add a simple voiceover to your slides, maybe using another AI tool, and you've got compelling short-form video content for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. Build out full blog posts around each topic on your website using the AI-generated text as the base. You can even compile related slides into valuable lead magnets or free guides. Perfect for building your email list. This is what the blueprint calls the multiplication effect. With one efficient batch of AI-generated content, you create like a dozen different assets deployable across every major digital platform. This is how you build a real brand presence and drive traffic from multiple sources, all while doing the initial heavy lifting, the creative work, only once. It's a fundamental shift from just creating content to managing content assets.
Okay, so we've got the strategy, the AI factory, the clever tools, the multi-platform approach. But let's talk brass tacks, the real numbers. Is earning something like $2,400 a month actually realistic with this approach? Or is that still hype?
Yeah, good question. Let's crunch the numbers and set some realistic expectations.
Okay, let's delve into what the blueprint calls the real numbers game. Because, yeah, the idea of getting to $500,000 a day with just Pinterest seems like a significant uphill battle, requires immense effort.
It really does. So here's the reality calculator, as the blueprint puts it. In a decent niche, let's say 1 million Pinterest impressions could realistically lead to around 2,400 monthly clicks. That's assuming roughly a 0.24% click-through rate, which is achievable. Now, if your affiliate product converts at just 1%, which is Pretty standard, meaning 1 in 100 clicks results in a sale that's 24 sales per month. If each sale earns you a $100 commission, which is possible with many digital products, that translates directly to $2,400 a month. It's definitely not get rich quick, but it's a significant, realistic income. Absolutely worth your time if done strategically. There are even tools like the Pinterest Clicks Calculator that can help you model this data for your specific niche and product commission.
Okay, so for someone listening, feeling inspired and looking to start today, what does a concise step-by-step action plan look like over, say, the next 3 weeks?
Okay, yeah, let's break it down. A focused 3-week game plan. Week 1, foundation building. This is where you choose your niche based on those profitable affiliate products we talked about. Set up your Pinterest business account properly, research successful pins from others in your chosen niche, see what works, and then create your initial content idea list using ChatGPT. Get that raw material. Week 2, content creation. This is heads down action time. Use Claude 4 or a similar tool to generate the actual text for your first batch of pins, maybe 20 to 50 to start. Then, create the visual templates for these pins in Canva or whatever you use, and test those PDF converter tools for branding. Make sure the workflow actually works for you. Week 3, launch and monitor. Start posting consistently. Aim for maybe 3 to 5 pins daily to begin with. Crucially, track your metrics religiously, not just views or impressions, but clicks and ultimately conversions. A/B test different pin styles, headlines, images. See what resonates. And optimize your strategy based on what's actually driving results.
What's the core truth, the underlying principle that underpins all of this? The blueprint has a pretty stark message about strategy versus busy work.
It really does. And here's the unvarnished truth, basically straight from the blueprint. Making money online is 99% strategy, 1% execution.
Huh?
Beat? Think about it. You can easily hire someone for cheap to create pins or manage your social media posting schedule. That's the execution. But you can't easily outsource the strategic thinking about your business. Which niche? Which product? What's the angle? What's the long-term plan? That truly is your job as the entrepreneur. And frankly, even with the best AI tools, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes. Making sure the AI output perfectly aligns with the strategic intent. It's a constant process of refinement. It's not just plug-and-play perfection.
So it really boils down to focusing on what truly matters. A deep understanding of your audience, creating content that genuinely serves a need they have, building systems that scale efficiently using these tools, and rigorously measuring what truly drives results, clicks, and conversions, not just those vanity metrics like views.
Absolutely. The difference between success and failure online, especially with this model, isn't usually about having the latest, fanciest tools. It's entirely in the strategy behind how you use them. 3 strategically created, well-targeted pins will outperform 1,000 random, pretty but pointless ones every single time. It's all about intentionality.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? This deep dive showed us how Pinterest can be approached not just as a hobby, but as a structured digital vending machine business. We covered the profound power of starting with a profitable niche and proven products, not guessing. And we highlighted the incredible efficiency that AI brings to content creation, plus those smart, often free tools for automated packaging and delivery. Ultimately, the consistent message is clear. It's about strategic, thoughtful work over simply being busy and hoping for the best. So, what do you say? Are you ready to perhaps stop playing Pinterest roulette and start building something that genuinely works, something sustainable? Maybe this blueprint offers a path forward for you.
And just a final thought to leave you with. If AI can automate the production of so much content, this raises a really important question for all of us building things online. What unique ingredient will your digital vending machine offer that simply can't be replicated by a machine? Beat. It might just be your irreplaceable human insight, your unique perspective, and your genuine connection with your audience.